Realize I am somebody that I don't know at all. Oh God, would you tell me? I'm coming home, hanging on hope. I'm losing grip of time and space.
A month or two from now, the chilly hand of winter will certainly seize upon the Midwest. But for now, it's a great afternoon for football at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today, we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. 32-yard line. Back to throw. A short throw to Ingram. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now third down and 6 to go.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Broncos are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Now the try here for the point after. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos.
Makes the score Broncos 7, Chiefs nothing.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up first and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. But you look at this Bronco defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On play action, it's Mahomes. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Chiefs had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Facing second and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Smith trying to run for it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here's Mahomes, 3rd and goal. And Tron, he'll go down back at the 12. Nick Bonito in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Harrison Butker for the Chiefs field goal.
Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you could build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
First down, Broncos.
Taken down, a Chiefs sack. That's George Karlaftis who fought his way through the line to bury him.
It's 2nd down.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. They'll set up to throw. A short throw to Ingram. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
First down, Denver.
They go play action here on first down. He'll get that complete to Franklin. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 26-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ninth play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Setting up a screen for Harvey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down.
They're going to look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
Second and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Back to throw again. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
George Karlaftis.
That is now 2 sacks for him here this first half. Spencer Schrader now on to try the field goal. from the left hash. It's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. That's taken in by Franklin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And here's a handoff out of the gun. They're only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He finds his man complete. It's Franklin. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Rice.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one as a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now here's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of the quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a nice run to get himself back on the horse after his fumble. Nothing spectacular, but a good confidence-building run.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Now Mahomes. And it is caught. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 17-yard line. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14, a terrific play call. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Handoff, running left, Smith. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
Rutgers kick here is good. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for them and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup. I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Here's 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead with Harvey.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here is 3rd and 5.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
3rd and 5.
He'll look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Two yards to go, 2nd down.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll drop to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock. and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball.
He sets to fire deep.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They go play action. Now Mahomes.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Mahomes going to throw.
Pass complete to Royals.
Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think.
mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He'll drop this off to Pacheco.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. And he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
They'll look to throw again.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Now their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. On the RPO, he'll keep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And Xavier Worthy.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Chiefs have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
Broncos 20, Chiefs 13.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw.
And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Denver. 61 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there.
His 8th rushing touchdown on the year.
And they are able to add on to their advantage. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score, Broncos 27, Chiefs 13.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They did what they had to do to start this 3rd quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and they're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Brandon. They're all bouncing their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
46-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that was prepared for him to try and take off.
2nd down and 6 now.
They'll look to throw here. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, a 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs are back within a score.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Broncos. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. The extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Now a handoff, running off, tackle right.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 42 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Evan Ingram.
Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Most feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit. Before I sat down, still ballin', money stacked tall in shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All my hot girls yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. All the dope boys yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Front to back, they yelling, bring 'em out, bring 'em out.